Hey guys, okay, so I don't know if me and Taylor ever told you, but we got blue in our hair. I've actually had it for like 2 weeks, and I didn't think about it until I was in the cafeteria, and I was like, I don't think that we told everyone we marked another thing off our bucket list, so we have blue in our hair. So, swag. Second thing, sorry I'm super washed out. There was a bug behind my blinds. I have my Raid handy, but I think it's dead, but I don't really want to chance it, so I had to turn on my lamp so I look like I'm being like investigated and like, what did you do, who do you know? So that's why I'm kind of washed out. My teeth look really white though. You can't see though because they're like so washed out. Okay. So I started my 2 French classes, and let me just say it's gonna be a year. It is going to be interesting. And I also started what's it called, this one class. It's a very interesting class. The teacher very much grades on opinion, and by that, like, if your opinion doesn't line up with her opinion, then your grade is not going to reflect that. So my opinions, where I stand morally, do not line up with what she'd like to teach. And so when I do assignments, I follow the criteria and the rubrics. However, my ideas do not line up with hers. And I got my paper back today. We had our first essay, and I felt very confident in my essay. I thought, I did the best of my abilities. I tried, and I found I had 2 grammatical errors, and I was counted 12 points off. And for me, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and so when I got that, I was pretty mad, because I was like, why? Why did I get 12 points counted off when I had 2 grammatical errors? And they were like little errors, like I put humans are different instead of humans are different. Like, I don't actually know. She wrote the 2 things, but it didn't make sense with the sentence I wrote. Like, I wrote it on purpose how I wrote it, but it's besides the point. But anyways, so that's how my morning started off. And then she said that I got a B+ because of my creativity, not because my opinions were well or my essay was well thought out and I wrote efficiently or whatever, but because I was creative. And I told my mom, I said I almost gave her back my essay and said, I will take a B. You're not going to call my opinions, like she told me the other day that they were like really good like story type things. I'm like, no, these are my actual opinions. I'm not telling a story. But, so that's how my morning started. Yesterday I almost had a breakdown in the middle of French. I literally almost started crying because I felt like an idiot. I was saying an answer, he called on me, and I thought my roommate was coming. And so I felt so stupid. I felt so dumb. I felt inadequate. I felt disqualified, like unqualified to be in there. And all these people were saying these like really profound answers. And when I was writing my stuff, I was like, man, me in French, like, I got this. And then I was reading it out loud, and I was like, I didn't even know what one of my verbs was. I could not remember to say in my life what I just read, what I just said. I had no clue. And I was like, oh gosh, please don't ask me to elaborate, please. But he did not, luckily. I think he saw like the fright on my face as I said it, and I was like, and I am the only freshman in there. Everyone else is juniors and seniors. So very humbling experience. And my mom had always told us, and all I could think in this month, was, my mom always said, it's better to try and fail than not try at all. And she also said that it's okay to have challenges in life. It is okay to have things that are hard. And I was like, that's all I could think of that moment. I mean, I was so close to crying. And it wasn't even crying because I was like angry or anything like that. It was just like, I felt like I had so let myself down. I felt like I'd let this professor down. I felt like I'd let down everyone else. Like, I didn't know who let anyone else, but I just felt like I wasn't being what I thought I should be. And I think, and I wanted to be really prepared for this class, and I just felt like I wasn't. And then, I miss home. I miss being with my family. I miss having Christian people around me. Here on campus, I have yet to meet a Christian friend besides Grant. I don't have any friends here, and it all hit me at once, and I was like, okay, And it was like on top of the French, and then that crazy paper I knew that was coming, and that hit this morning, and I was just like, no, not today. And so all I could think was, though, this applies to if you're in school, this applies to you in the workforce, this applies to just life in general, that it is okay to have things in life that are hard. It's okay to have challenges. It is okay to have adversity. Because when you overcome that adversity, you will not be the same person that you are right now. So Alex, that is super stressed, and it's only her second week of college, and feels like a complete failure. Once I overcome this, give me like a month, and I bet I will not be the same person that I am right now. And it's very encouraging to think about. And also the same thing is this verse in the Bible. It talks about that God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So the God that healed the woman at the well, the God that raised Lazarus from the dead, heck, the God that let his son be crucified on a cross, that God is the same God today and the same God tomorrow when I have that French class and I start having a freak out in the middle of class because I have to read my answer out loud. It's going to be the same God. And so there's comfort, though, in knowing that although my circumstances are going to change, although things in my life are going to change, God still remains the same. So I might be in a new place, I might be with different people, I might be in really hard classes, but God is still the same. And so through this transition, my mom told me that I'm going to have to learn to be very dependent on God, especially when I'm not surrounded. Luckily, me and Grant, we found a church, and I'm super excited. I just joined the small group, and so we meet on Friday nights, and it's like college people, and so I'm really excited for that. It's this Friday. So I'll finally get to, have some good Christian influence. It's a little hard being like the little light in the darkness, and so, but it was just, I don't know. So I encourage you, if you are going through things that are hard, or you don't understand, or you don't feel qualified, or you don't feel enough, know that there is a purpose and there is a reason. Granted, I can't tell you. God sometimes won't tell you. But I promise you that the person you are right now will not be the person you are when God gets you through it. Because that's the whole idea with God, that you have to now become dependent on Him, and then through that dependency on Him, He will work in you in ways that you never could imagine possible, and you will become a person that you never could have become on your own. And so hopefully, I'd love for God in this next week, man, to make me a French fluent speaking woman. That would be fantastic. However, I don't think that's going to happen, so I'm going to just have to learn to be very comfortable with the fact that I am learning and growing, and He has His ways, and I'm going to just trust that His ways are best. And so so that's about it for today. So Taylor will be on Thursday. Goodness, it's only Tuesday, on Thursday, and I will be on the next Tuesday. But so again, feel free to, you can ask my parents if you want to write me letters or something. They have my address, or you can totally text me. Sometimes it's crazy, so I don't get to answer right away, and I feel really bad, but I promise I see them. Usually I'm running from a class to a meeting to study. So, but I love y'all, miss y'all tons, and Taylor will be on Thursday. So again, if you are in the middle of something super hard, God is about to do something big. That's all I can say. He has a plan, and there's a reason you are where you are right now. And just think how much bigger the accomplishment will be when you've gone through it. The bigger the challenge, the bigger the triumph when you finish. So I'll see you later, Taylor, Thursday, and I will, talk to y'all soon. Love y'all.